Come with us now, if you dare, down a rickety staircase into a dank, dark basement. What awaits? The Saturday Night Freak Show.
Hello, and thank you for listening to the Saturday Night Freak Show podcast, the movie review and talk show podcast that comes your way every Saturday, whether you're ready for it or not. These are the internet radio superstars,
Michaela,
Sean,
and I'm Colin. And tonight we watched a movie that was chosen by
Sean. What did you threaten, punish us with?
a movie so bad it drove one of the freak show away.
Yes, truly.
Holly was here.
While
Holly
she
was
was here
here
tonight, Holly is not here with us.
Yeah.
She is alive. We listen to that. Tonight we watched 2025's I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Directed by? Who is responsible for this?
Directed
Now
by,
I want names.
And you're right, and partially written by Jennifer Caton Robinson.
Oh, you're telling me women made this?
I'm
no.
going to tell you a lot.
I know. In the credits, I was in denial.
like
Colin, I was in denial of what I was seeing. I didn't want him. You know, though I guess gender equality in films means women can make bad movies too, right?
And that's what we need.
Yeah,
we need to allow for women to make bad movies.
Yes.
And she got, funding. I mean, it's a slick studio movie.
Yep.
Yes.
What else do we know her from?
Okay, so she started out producing TV shows for MTV, Sweet/Vicious. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of this, from 2016.
Negative.
Yeah, neither have I. She made her feature directorial debut for Netflix with Someone Great. Never heard of it.
Negative.
In 2020, she co-wrote Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh,
Really?
okay.
Okay.
All right.
Which is good, but also that movie sucks. So,
Oh, yeah. I mean, true.
And isn't that the one that brought back?
what's her name? Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Oh my God. Black Swan.
Yeah.
Natalie Portman.
No,
Natalie
yeah,
Portman.
yeah.
That brought back Natalie
Yes.
Portman. That one sucked. She also did in 2022 directed and co-wrote the Netflix film Do Revenge.
Yeah, I have heard of that.
one,
Yep.
Negative.
Yep. It was a high school comedy version of Strangers on a Train. Well received, positive enough views. Okay. And then I Know What You Did Last Summer.
This is her. You said she had directed other stuff before.
Do Revenge was a movie, and
Okay.
then Someone Great. It was her other directorial debut, and she's written most of, or partially written most of what she's done.
And
She was a producer on the Hawkeye TV series
Yep.
too. It looks like.
Yep.
So she's got an in with Marvel.
Uh-huh.
She's So I just wonder the genesis of this movie. You know anything about it? Was it her idea, or did they come to her and say, "Let's do something with this title"?
It eventually got to her because it started out as, and you might just be like, "What we could have had." It started out as a Mike Flanagan joint. He was
Of
in
course.
on making this because this feels like a property that's kind of always just been sitting around. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
They have to do everything over again. So,
Yeah.
I mean, actually, there was a lot of times I was
like a
sitting listening to the Julie James dialogue in this, going like, I mean, you could have Nev Campbell say these lines.
This movie is a direct result of Halloween 2018. That movie kicked off this whole barrage of these legacy sequels of these slashers,
That was a big
and I blame that movie for this movie. Now I don't think we have this movie if Halloween 2018 never happens.
or if it's not as successful. I mean, 2018 Halloween was successful.
It was hugely
right?
successful.
So
yeah,
Scream
exactly.
was after that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Scream was 2022.
Yep,
Whatever.
Scream came after that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that brought them back and everything. Yeah, Lego sequels.
Mhm.
Gotta love them.
Mhm.
I'm sure there's been smaller versions of
The
that.
Texas Chainsaw one.
and all those.
Yeah.
Oh, that was.
Which literally,
Yeah, but it
threw
brought
its main
Sally
character
back.
into the garbage.
Oh,
Yes,
that one.
it brought
The
her back.
Netflix
Yeah, the
one.
Netflix one. Yeah.
Is that the? No, it's just Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah,
Yeah.
it takes the.
Yes.
Name 4 of these movies
Yeah, exactly.
and get the titles correct. I dare
Exactly.
you. At least these people are just like, we'll just call it the same thing.
I know what
Yeah.
you did last summer.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
It's not. I know what you did last summer. 4.
No, it's
No.
we had I Know which aside from the third one, which
Well,
we haven't done here.
Yeah, I was going to say there's only one movie in this universe we have not done on
Yeah.
the Freak Show,
Yeah.
and that is I Still Know. No, I'll always know.
I'll
I'm
always
sorry.
know
We
what you
we did I Know and I Still Know. We have not done I Always Know, which I think is a Canadian production, if I remember correctly.
You might be right.
And you were saying this is all based on. It all tracks back to a novel, a book.
Yeah, by Lois Duncan. Yeah.
From 1973.
Yeah.
So yeah, from what's that, 60-something years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were saying off mic, imagine writing one book in the 60s and 50 years later, they're still making reboots of the one book he wrote.
But the original movie is credited to Kevin Williamson, right?
And this book.
Yeah.
And the book. Okay.
Yes.
I couldn't
Mhm.
remember if there
Yeah.
was a lawsuit or something where she said, like, it seems like that, you took. So he took the title and changed everything around or something.
Yeah, I know. I don't remember her name's. Excuse me, I'm dying now.
Do you need a moment?
Maybe.
I haven't read the book, so I don't know. But
I read it when I was in like 8th grade.
It was a
it is very different.
Adult.
It is a young
novel
adult novel. It is very different.
like a Hardy Boys kind.
Yeah, kind of. She wrote it. I think the year after her daughter was murdered, and that was kind of part of it. Yeah, it's a whole rough thing. Wow. She may have, I don't know if she sued, but she may have gotten her name taken off of the movie because it's so different from her book. So,
what was there is, even predating, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. There's something like, I Know What You Did. Right? Was that a story, a movie,
There's a book called I Know What You
TV movie or something like that?
I don't know anything about this.
Oh, we can't forget there was a TV show of I Know.
Yeah, there also was a TV show. Yes,
was that last year?
2022, maybe.
I saw it was at Amazon.
Was it Amazon?
Prime
Yeah.
thing.
Yes.
Because there was a Scream TV show, so there was also an I Know You. Yeah, if you didn't know, there was
2021. Yeah,
I Know What You Did Last Summer TV show,
which again didn't get great reviews. Canceled after one season. I don't think it was. I don't know. It was received.
It's almost like there isn't enough story here to sustain more than one movie.
Like
maybe that's what the problem is.
If the second movie is going to the Bahamas.
And we did that on the show, and I believe the general consensus was we had fond, nostalgic memories of it, but then when we rewatched it, it is terrible.
Yeah, it's not great. I still love it just because I love those first two. But I know that they are not top tier movies, but they're sticking around.
Yeah,
people like them. We got a 2025 movie with another guy in a slicker.
I think the first one's a legitimately good movie.
I like it. I think it's a legitimately good movie. It's
the second
not
one steeply off the cliff.
The first
one? The first one I think is a legitimately good
like
movie.
it. It's got some great stuff. Sarah Michelle Gellar.
I think we probably talked about it when we did the episode. Like, to me, it was, it was watching these. That was the beginning of like these kind of soulless, to me, not soulless, maybe. Gutless for sure 90s versions of slasher movies,
right, with
all the the reason that you went to see slasher movies taken out of it. And so I guess I was never really a fan of the first one. I was like, but over time it's like, had this kind of pop culture thing. And watching this movie tonight, I was like trying to analyze why I Know What You, the original, has such a pop culture status. And I
know
it's got great imagery.
I think it's star power. First of all, that's the biggest thing. I think.
Yeah. So that was
who didn't love Jennifer Love Hewitt back in the
all four of them. All four of them were equally famous at that time.
Yeah,
that was some.
Okay, so I was thinking about that. So I'm trying to unpack my memory here, right? Like I knew who they all were, and they were from like CW television shows, and Fox, I think, right? Jennifer Love Hewitt, Party of Five.
Yep.
And she had her own show.
I'm like, okay, so at the age I am at now, I watch this movie, and I'm like, I don't know who any of these kids are, and I wonder, like, if I was this age back in 1997, if I would have known who any of those kids were. So then, it's kind of but it was of my age group. I knew who all they were. I thought they were stars. It had star power. I'm like, oh, you're putting all these people together. They were all like the hot stars of the time.
Yep.
Because I think they were in other movies also.
Right.
Like this was their big, like,
Yeah, and they would continue to go on and do bigger movies. Like Cruel Intentions is a couple of years after, which blew up big.
There's like two of them in it, right? Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan Phillippe and
Michelle Gellar.
they're both in that one. Yeah. These are not A-listers though. That's the thing. The people in this movie are not A-listers. No, they're not household names. No, and I've seen them in other things. Okay. That's the thing. I've seen these people before, and they never stuck. I saw Bodies. She was the main character in that. Did not know. Ava. Okay. Yeah, did not even know that was the same person. So
now, I know Madeline Klein, who is the sort of the ditzy one, the fiance of the whole thing.
Blonde?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which Danica? I personally like her, and I think she's probably the best part of this movie, and that's
what is she from?
A show called
Outer Limits, you just said, right?
No.
Outer
Banks.
Outer Banks, yeah.
Yes, Outer Banks. Which was popular. It's on Netflix. It's like 4 seasons of it. She's pretty good.
Okay. But is she in anything other than that? Maybe this is just an example of how we used to have a monoculture and now we don't.
Maybe
because the first movie was much more of a monoculture with pop culture, and now everything's so segmented. I'm sure a shit ton of people watch the show Outer Banks, and I've never seen it. Yeah. It's just how our culture is now. I think
I haven't seen any of these things.
Even still, I don't think these are household names.
I don't think so either.
That's the problem. These need to be more famous people. These need to be like the kids from Euphoria level famous in this movie for it to be.
I haven't seen that, so I wouldn't even.
No, but you've seen all those actors, though. You've seen Sydney Sweeney. You've seen Jacob Elordi. You've seen Zendaya. You've seen all these people, even if you don't watch Euphoria.
Yeah, that's true.
That would be the A-list casting for this movie, I feel like. You would get those levels.
I thought like Dune. Of all the movies I've seen recently, Dune, whoever the casting director was on Dune was like, we're going to get everybody who is a thing right now.
Yeah, everybody.
Austin Butler. That movie will be the ultimate time capsule movie to go back and be like, I can tell this is exactly 2024 to 2025 just based on the cast. Absolutely.
It's got them all in it.
Yeah,
Madeline Klein was in Glass Onion.
Okay.
Apparently
don't remember
she's
her
somewhere
though.
in Stranger Things.
Okay.
According to this.
Okay.
The Originals, which was a Vampire Diaries spinoff, I think.
Okay, so I guess she is like a CW actress of the time. Yeah, maybe this is just.
So maybe that's what they were thinking, going into it. It's like, well, we're going to, cast it with people who, so these are folks on the up and up.
Yep.
And we're going to give them basically the same experience that everybody got in 1997, we're told, is when the original came out and took place.
Yep.
So this is, as Sean said, a requel, right? So
a legacy sequel. Whatever term you want to throw around.
So it is a sequel, but it doesn't become a sequel until like midway through. First of all, it functions as a remake and then a sequel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shitty remake.
Yeah, really bad remake.
You get the group of friends together, and then you get our inciting incident that is supposed to kick all of this off.
Okay.
Which starts our problems.
Yeah.
With this movie.
This is the first major logic going off the cliff moment. Literally in this movie.
So who are we talking about? Who's our new cast of people? Like, what do we have here? We have, it seemed to me, this is upper middle class.
Oh, these people are rich as fuck. Did you not see that house and the yachts and stuff? Yeah.
Well, they don't have drivers. That's how I separate from if you have a driver.
Well,
plenty of rich people drive.
Yeah.
They have maids.
I'm sure they do.
Upper middle class, I think. But you have
these
maids.
people are rich.
Well, I know, but
rich.
Well.
Did you see her house?
Yeah,
Very nice.
And these people are college aged, and they're this rich. Yeah, they just come from rich families. Yeah.
In South Carolina, Southport, the little town of
Looks
Southport.
nothing like South Carolina. This movie, for how much money is allegedly behind it, looks like shit. This movie looks like shit.
Million.
Wait, you think the movie looks like shit?
I do. I think it's an ugly movie to look at. Everyone is so lowly lit or lit from above that casts these shadows on their face. Everyone's skin tone is orange and weirdly filtered.
Maybe that's my setup, though. I mean, I'm not sure.
I don't,
because it's designed to be. It's very slick, right?
Yeah,
widescreen.
But it doesn't make it look like a real movie. It looks it has this weird artificial look to it.
It looked better than your average Netflix movie, right? Or did it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think it didn't look like it didn't feel like a real movie, didn't look like a real movie. But everyone's skin, the texture of your skin, you just see every flaw, and everyone looks cakey and orange and
And there's some sets that look like sets.
Yeah, there's my god, those
the
graveyard, Holly said, looks like a Buffy set. It does. You can see the edge of the soundstage, basically.
Yeah.
Everything's got that nice color coded, whatever, the sodium orange lenses with the lights with blue fog in the and you're like, okay, that's just how things are done now, I guess. But it's like, okay, we have to somehow contrive. So there's one girl, Ava, the lead. She's returning home after some time away. She went to college.
I guess
from college. Her mom has died at some point.
None of this is really important.
No, which doesn't matter to the story. It's just friends. They're all coming back to Southport to celebrate their friends' engagement.
And when she comes home and comes to her room, we get the first of many, a character talking to themselves to expo dump.
A lot of expo.
She's talking in the mirror about how she broke up with her boyfriend or something that also doesn't matter. You think it's important because she's giving you all this backstory, but it really doesn't mean anything. But this happens over and over again in the movie. A character will be talking out loud to themselves and explaining the plot of the movie.
Yeah.
It's rough. It's a rough go of it.
So they meet up. There's a party at a swanky hotel, I think it was.
No, it's a house.
It's a house. They run into a former friend. So there's two couples, right?
Yes.
And then there's a former friend, this girl named
Stevie.
Stevie, who is, I guess, part of the catering crew.
Yeah.
And they say, hey, it's Stevie. And she's like, oh, you basically haven't talked to me in like a year since high school or whatever the fuck. I can't remember. You threw me out. And like, no, we used to have fun. You should come with us. We're going to smoke a joint and go for a drive because it's the 4th of July. And we know this lookout point where you can see the fireworks.
And they're saying this is someone who's freshly out of rehab. They said
Which
something
one?
about
Later,
Stevie.
It seems like, Stevie has been through rehab.
Because she said she just like, I just got my life back together. And then later on she elaborates on that more. But they're saying these kids that claim they don't want to bully her and they want to be her friend are saying, hey, relapse kid, comes do drugs with us and drive down the highway.
You want to be cool?
These kids are assholes, man.
Rich assholes.
I have a hard time feeling bad for anyone in this movie, to be honest.
Well, I was trying to figure out who the central character was.
It was Danica for a while, but it was also Ava for a while.
Yeah.
Right, because Madeline Klein is, I think, the most well-known person out of this cast, I would say.
Probably.
But also, she's not the main star. Ava is, or and it's a weird fight between them, kind of.
Right, and then
focus on.
We also have Prince Eric from the new Little Mermaid is in this.
Yeah, he's Milo.
Milo, yes, and we said he looks like he would audition for Superman. He probably did, right?
Probably did.
I googled it, and it was just a lot of people being like, this guy should be Superman. He'd be perfect. It's a lot of fan casting.
You said
of him.
somebody called him Superman in this.
It's a joke, when he pulls him out of the road from getting hit by the first car. He's like, he's my Superman. So I'm like, come on, that's gotta be like an inside
he wants
joke.
you to think.
And the other guy's from Him.
Yes.
Yeah, from Him.
Tyreek Withers,
He plays Teddy.
Who I thought this guy, whoever he is, just had the way he would deliver lines to me. It was like he was doing a Channing Tatum impersonation. I'm sure it's how the guy is, but he sounded like
his performance had me worried for him. I haven't seen Him yet at the time we're recording this, and this movie did not instill confidence in me that it would be any better.
So these friends go out to the darkened road, twisty road up in the mountains, the hill, over hill.
Road.
And because they're all high and drunk, apparently they're free spiriting and decide to stand out in the road and challenge cards to a chicken duel.
Yep. And so the first one zooms past them and doesn't even slow down.
Yeah.
Like you can, for a good while, see people in the middle of the road.
Yeah.
And this just zoom right past them.
There's a fake out, right, where they're in the car and then the one guy yells, stop, and there's a brake. They hit the brakes. This is as they're on their way up to the lookout point. And we're like, oh, shit, they hit somebody in the road because that's what is going to happen, right?
That movie, yeah.
Like, but it turns out that the filmmakers have twists in store.
I think they're smart.
That's right. You're not going to see this coming. So what happens?
So they almost get hit by one car, or at least he plays chicken with it and gets pulled out of the road. And as they're talking and everything, another car comes out of nowhere, which it's a cheat of the movie because it's like, well, we didn't see headlights. We didn't hear a car. We were so distracted by whatever that we didn't see this thing that it sideswipes, barely misses them, and then hits the guardrail and is dangling precariously halfway, teeter-tottering over the edge of this cliff.
And there's a lot of suspense over who is in the car. We see some guy, he's bloody, but it's very dark.
Yeah.
And
which this is a problem because then later on, this whole part, but this details. There's a lot of problems. We're not going to get to them all. There's so many, I don't think. We need to see this guy's face clearly if you're going to show us a picture later on and expect us to make the connection. I need to see it. Like, the characters don't have to see it, but the audience needs to see it. Like,
it's a problem what they do here, and it ends up not having any impact later on in the movie, really, when reveals do happen and whatnot. But yeah, we know, we see just a bloody figure in the car, who's apparently still with it enough to punch a hole through the window.
Yeah, that was what was weird about it.
And grab dude's sweater,
right, and pull it off.
Right, and pull it off as they're trying to keep the truck from going over and get him out.
Yeah, so they're trying to save him.
Yeah,
but we know that there's something suspicious about.
Bless you.
Tonight is the night.
Yeah, man, we all got it coming out. Michaela, you're next.
Pardon me. And they try to, as they're trying to rescue him, Yeah, he punches through a window and grabs onto his hand comes out and grabs onto the guy's sweater.
Only because in the first one, the guy grabbed her crown when he was being pulled in. Which
I was like, okay, this is a remake. It's going to be the sweater is how they connect them to the scene, right? Because otherwise, especially in this movie, now in the original one, they hit someone, right? Like you kind of got to take responsibility for that.
It's their fault.
They were being bad. Like,
right. This one, it's not really.
This is the problem.
This is a problem.
A huge problem.
This is your setup for your movie.
Yeah.
Your characters should be guilty.
This doesn't, this makes the rest of the movie null and void as far as I'm concerned. It really doesn't matter. Like
they don't start out well.
It's trying to pose the idea that because they were fucking around in the middle of the road and this guy swerved to avoid them, it is therefore their criminal action that caused him to go over the cliff.
Yeah.
And then they're like, we can't tell anyone about this, you know.
Which, Colin, as you point out, we're watching it. Criminal is really important here because they are convinced they committed a crime.
Yeah.
They didn't, as far as we know. They've done because we find out after they try to which hilariously they try to all get behind the bed of a truck that's going over a cliff and pull it back as if or
at least put some weight on it.
You could just do that, it's that easy. You just pull it back.
Well, they start saying this is manslaughter and all that. I'm like, I don't think that you're going to get disorderly conduct.
You're going to be fine.
Well, especially because they end up calling the police anyway. So they call first responders.
Yeah. So I was curious about that because the movie was unclear. I guess based on what we the one kid from him, right, is I called the police and they're coming. But I read that as he just wanted them to get the fuck out of there.
I read it that way too.
And so he didn't actually call anybody. And then they take off. And then the cops are passing them. So
his dad's the cop, though, remember?
I think
his dad's the cop.
His dad's in charge of everything, or at least he's got everyone in his pocket. He's got the police force.
Mayor, or he's a developer.
His dad's the cop. Is the cop.
I don't think
because he
Billy
kept
Campbell,
saying,
the Rocketeer?
Yeah, he kept saying he did a favor for him.
I think
remember the whole movie they were saying he called in the favor at the police and they were going to take care of it.
He was a developer.
I think he's the richest guy there.
Okay.
And I think he's paid everyone off.
The
regardless,
chief of police,
guy from him pulled some strings with his dad.
So he calls his dad, not the cops.
Yeah,
his dad.
But we also they passed them on the highway though. They passed the first responders going to the crime scene. So they have done everything they are morally, legally, ethically responsible for here. Yes. So there should be no conflict for the rest of the movie.
They did everything they
should have done.
Yes.
Well, they should have stayed, but whatever. I mean, they weren't going to get in trouble.
Climb down, Colin.
Yeah, but
down, which was also the dumbest part of the dialogue of this. We should go down there.
Yeah.
It's 1,000 feet down. How are you going to get down there?
And what are you going to do when you get down there?
These people are insane. Wait for the thing to blow up.
Exactly.
And you die too?
No, you did the right thing. You called the professionals. That's what you're supposed to do. They literally have nothing to spiral or feel guilty about after this.
Maybe they should have stayed, but that's not them leaving it.
But it wouldn't have made a difference.
Yeah.
That guy was dead either way. You know what I'm saying? It called the people that could help and they couldn't do anything else.
That's it.
This is a huge problem for this movie because this is supposed to be some sort of karmic retribution they're getting and it's not deserved.
Yeah.
So, cut to 1 year later.
Of course.
And Ava is coming back.
After they've all promised not to tell, like the first one. It's we should mention this.
She says she's not going to tell.
It's far more intense in the first one.
Then
the threatenings and the whatnot.
If I remember, 1 year later, we fade into her getting it on in a bathroom stall with another girl.
So gross.
Ew.
Airport bathroom is so disgusting. Yeah.
What has to do with that?
Well, and they said they met on the flight. Do you remember how gross you feel the second you get off a flight? Your skin just feels covered in air that's been circulating in a plane for hours.
And odds are I'm in some sort of leisure lounge.
Yes, and sweaty. It's like,
they're
oh,
far
God.
too dressed for this.
Yeah.
And this girl is also going to Southport. So they're going to team up with Milo, and away they go because the girl is a podcaster
a true
who's
crime podcaster.
Doing a story about the 1997 murders that swept Southport.
Here's a problem that doesn't matter to anything but stuck in my crawl with this lady and her podcast. We remember the name of the podcast?
Live, Laugh, Slaughter. It should have been...
Why is it not Live, Love, Laughter, or Slaughter?
Yeah.
And the design of the podcast, the laughter is seen, but the S and the ER or the whatever at the end is a different color.
I agree.
why not this?
This girl's an idiot. Yeah.
Nothing, but that makes more sense, and it's, cool, and it's a little like, oh, that's clever.
How do you think I was supposed to feel about this character? I didn't like her, but I didn't know if that was the intention or not. Yeah.
So are they trying to comment on podcasters?
It feels like it. Yeah.
That they don't.
They're insensitive and selfish.
They're flippant, views on these events, and they're only
this movie.
Oh yeah, because she ends up saying like to the killer, "I'm a fan." I guess that's the flip on. Otherwise, this would be a reporter. I guess years past it's a reporter. But now it's a podcaster who's a fan of murder.
Right. But it's them
commenting on all our like of true stuff and how they turn these horrific events into
right. That's what I'm saying though, Colin. They're making her extra obnoxious to make a point that they think these types of people are obnoxious. They think these kind of jokey true crime podcasts, which there are a lot with names just as stupid as that is accurate. But they're taking a stab at a very specific type of podcaster, and I mean. In one way, it's going to timestamp this movie in a beautiful way that when you watch this 20 years from now, this will be a delightful time capsule moment. But this movie takes a few like positions of moral superiority that I don't understand.
Such as?
I don't know. It throws in random buzzwords about feminism and the patriarchy and things like that. And I don't understand what points it's trying to make.
Because it always does that when they do it. It's like these horror filmmakers don't seem to, I don't know, if they understand it. But they always have their psycho killer, the female psycho killer, like pontificating on like I'm a strong female, like what are you trying to say?
Right, I know.
I think you're misplacing this, but
wasn't that a bad label? If you're your proclamation of being a strong female character and they turn out to be a psycho? Are we doing a detriment to this whole
But it doesn't make sense for the tone of this movie. But the tone of this movie is all over the place. It changes from scene to scene.
I was baffled by this when I saw this in theaters. I did go see this in theaters, by the way.
So you've seen this twice now.
I have seen this twice now. I saw it the first time, and I want to thank you all for being part of my therapy, because that is why I brought it here tonight, because I need someone else that I know to have seen this so that I can be like, do you guys also see the insanity?
It seems like just from all of the they're not red herrings. It's like the screenwriters are trying to build character development into all their characters by having these little threads that go off, and you're like, there was a scene right that this connects to. You're making a reference to something, like I promised your dad I would take it, and like,
that made me so mad.
We don't have no idea who the dad was, what the promise, like anything, So it feels like there was a lot like shot, and it does feel like it was put together in editing. There's a scene later on when a character is on the phone, it doesn't say a word and just has like facial expressions, and I'm like, whatever you're hearing here could be anything.
Yep.
Yes.
They just looped in a line to like solve a dramatic problem that they were having.
Yeah, there were some looped lines in this. All right.
So the friends are all reunited
a year later.
Another
engagement
bachelorette party or engagement party. Yeah. Only it turns out that the blonde girl is now engaged to one of the other guys.
Yes, totally different.
Because her and the him guy broke up.
Why is this in this movie? Why? What is this?
To have an extra death without killing one of the main
adds so much runtime to the movie to repeat the wedding beats twice, basically, because we see two full wedding parties.
I was sitting there going like, was the last one an engagement party? It's like, oh no, she's with a different guy. Right. Okay.
They could have just had that they broke up and everything. We didn't need to also redo the whole wedding.
Right. And like, I mean, if you really think about this, so she broke up with the one guy, and then less than a year later is already engaged to someone else. Yep. Oh my goodness, slow down.
It feels kind
guys.
of arranged.
Yeah, exactly.
Like his dad probably owns more real estate somewhere else, and then her dad is.
That is how the rich do these things.
We will combine our families.
Yeah, exactly.
I always wonder, like you're saying that this is a dig at podcasters, and maybe a dig at these type of people, but I always wonder if the writers are like, this is the milieu in which they work and live, and they're writing the people that they know, and they're, pardon me, they're unaware that like when we're watching them, we're like, these are just soulless, like human beings. Like they don't
think so, maybe
they don't know it. I don't know. Cause I think giving them credit that it's, it's like, this is skewering these targets.
This is not the first time we've seen true crime podcasters attacked in a horror movie of recent memory. This is an ongoing thing.
She's supposed to be cool.
Right. And as we've talked about Halloween, in which like the guy in Halloween,
Dexter did it in New Blood. Yes, there was a true crime podcaster in that. Same thing. She was an obnoxious girl running a true crime podcast that came from out of town to follow up in the story. It's the exact same character from Dexter.
Even
basically.
in 18, when they pull up to the gate to talk to Lori, they're like, "We're true crime."
Journalists,
podcasters, and then she goes journalist. Yeah, it's like a podcaster's a dirty word.
Exactly. And look, nothing good happened to any of these people in any of these examples.
Yes,
true,
it's very true.
Yeah, but I mean, even the other characters, that they're
for the people that should know.
Yeah.
But I mean, the people who would like get engaged to somebody else like a year later,
right?
Like you sit there and go, yeah. Okay, so the murders. At the engagement party, she receives a gift card, just a card, and it says inside it,
"I know what you did last summer."
And off we go, and it's not too long before someone is killed by a fisherman.
Yeah.
Who looks identical to the fisherman in the first movie.
Yep. Hard to change up that look, though.
Yeah, it's I think it's a classic look. I think there's a very, very striking imagery to that with the hook and the slicker. And
I actually thought that the way they shot the brutality, the physicality of it. It's like this was a better fisherman than the first movie.
Okay.
But what it serves, I don't know. Yeah. It's just more modern the way they shoot it.
I did like the trailer scene a lot in this movie.
Kill?
It's I think it's the first kill. Yeah, with the it's her new fiance. Can't remember this guy's. Does he? And Sean, as you pointed out, the casting is bad because he looks just like Superman guy.
Bad casting.
And it was really hard for me because I already have a hard time with people's names in movies. And now you're adding two guys that look alike, but one's a love interest and one's not. Come on. So they have like an open kind of like living room, almost like a house in Florida. I mean, I guess a similar area, but where you just kind of like walk out of the living room onto like your deck and your pool area. And he sees the pool lights come on and the pool lights go off.
A classic.
Yeah. And then he gets shot with a harpoon gun through the back and dragged. But I liked when the fisherman like stepped forward from the shadows and the camera pulled back. Cool. I thought that was a cool shot.
I like it. Yeah. Again, like you said, some of this imagery, especially with the fishermen, they do shoot very well.
Yeah.
It's a slick and well-produced movie. I mean, I guess we can't deny that. It's like, at least from the cinematography,
Yeah. And especially for only 18 million, like that feels like on the cheap end of something like this, but I would expect something more like 40 million or something like that, but, to each his own. Question, knowing what we know, do you think this is possible? The physicality of this scene.
I need Mythbusters to come back and do this. I want to see.
Right. While this guy has been shot with a harpoon and knowing who our character is.
Yes. I guess I don't know how like the crank on a harpoon gun, how strong that is. You know what I'm saying? How strong of like a pulley system that has going on. But it pulls in fish though, right? That's what its function is, to shoot and pull things in. So I mean,
an experienced fisherman would maybe have enough
we're gonna have to discuss who we think is in the jacket at this point. True. We don't know.
I think
it's
only one person.
But
really,
I think until the end, until later in the movie. I think I know when who is in what doing what.
We're gonna have to spoil this. Let's go with I've already spoiled, I guess, that there is a female killer, but there is also a male killer. Surprise!
Yes.
So
hated this.
Are we thinking that the male killer was?
No, I don't think it's the male killer. No,
I thought the male killer was the one actually doing it. To be honest with you, because every time he shows, it's a he.
Yeah,
with the big heavy thumping bass
with the cement in his boots.
It's much like the problem of Halloween, Scream 2022. The first one, the fact that Mikey Madison was spoilers. Mikey Madison was supposed to be doing all those killings, and she's what, 5'2",
Yeah. I mean, all right, I guess there is nothing that says it's not him.
Because at some point, like, the fisherman is attacked and later has a wound. The alter ego.
I suppose it could be, but then who's who and who's?
It doesn't make. Then that's when it starts to break down, because it was like it's almost like the female killer is the misdirect, like never actually participated in the killing spree.
Yeah,
although we're supposed to believe it was more so the female killer.
Right, because she's more unhinged and off the edge and has, for most of it, more motive to do it, although it's a bad motive.
I would say no one has good motive.
No one has good motive.
I mean, I guess hers is the best.
Let's go with motive.
Yeah.
Okay, so eventually our heroes begin to realize they are being killed, and there is a fisherman with a hook. And so they begin to piece together what actually happened last summer. Maybe we can go with that.
Okay.
What do we know about what happened last summer?
They know the name of the guy who was in the truck that went over the cliff.
It's like Sam Cooper.
Sam Cooper. This doesn't matter, mostly.
Okay.
It's kind of bullshit that whoever this person is, because
we're told from either Billy Campbell, by the way, is in this movie, another recognizable
himself.
Yes, he's fucking old as hell. I was like, oh my God, everybody who shows up in this is old.
Okay, we'll get to it later, but some of those cameos, they made them look older than they actually look in real life.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
Some of them do not look like this in real life, so we'll get to that.
So either he or the chief of police said that, like, Sam Cooper he was drunk. He was,
they call him a drug addict.
And he stole a car and went off the cliff. It's an open and shut case. Whose car did he steal?
He stole the pastor's car, Pastor Judah.
That took me forever to actually put that together.
It's a long walk. They make it more complicated than it ever needs to be.
And I'm like, who the fuck is Judah? Whatever.
Yep.
And later it's established. I think we meet him at a town hall eventually.
Yes.
Because the podcaster girl is killed in the she takes Ava to the what was it, a department store?
They take her back to Shivers department store, which is now a different Bayside restaurant, what have you.
Where there's a big set piece where somehow both girls get or one girl, Ava, gets trapped in a fucking
the whole point of this is the whole point of this is that they've all gotten together. They think the note because Teddy, the former fiance, they think he's angry, so they go confront him. It's like, did you send this note?
Okay,
yeah, that's him guy.
Yep.
And they're like, did you do this? He's like, why the fuck would I do this? I'm sitting here being a drunk. Leave me alone. And then the Scooby-Doo investigation starts. They're like, well, we got to figure out who's doing this. And so they're like, hey, that podcaster who knows all about this, let's go find her and see what she knows. So Ava ends up going to find her. There's some shit dialogue here between these two about all. What is she? Gentrification? She can't say that. Is that the word that she can't get out?
Yeah.
So she's an idiot.
Yep.
Great. Maybe another comment on what their thoughts of podcasters are, but so then she takes her to Shivers because she's like, all right, this is where it happened, and they go because our main characters don't know what happened 30 years ago.
Right. How this is possible, I don't know.
They grew up here.
Well, they try and explain it as it's been erased. It's been erased from history, or it's in the process of being erased from history.
Yeah, that one dude's dead
because they want to redevelop
Campbell.
the town from its bad reputation. He's like, he scrubbed it all from the internet.
He scrubbed it from the internet,
which you can do very easily. I mean, if you're rich, at this point, I believe it.
Yeah,
you never know. Depends on who you know. Maybe he knows like Bezos or Google.
It's crazy that it's like the Village where none of them even know. Like,
so they end up at Shivers where our chase scene does happen with the killer just kind of showing up out of nowhere.
And there's like mannequins again upstairs. They have the covers on them.
Yeah, which there's a lot of callbacks to the original. Why the mannequins would still be there up in this attic is not. It doesn't matter.
Nope.
The things happen that wouldn't happen. It's only there because it happened in the previous movie.
Exactly.
Especially with the dumbwaiter, we get another dumbwaiter chase, which happened in the first movie with Sarah Michelle Gellar. There is what a shot with this fishing basket that envelops Ava. Like what a direct hit.
I know. I was like, was there like an X on the floor that she had to step on for this thing to drop down?
Like, he's waiting for it.
Yes. It was the literal mousetrap contraption from that board game.
It literally is. It's a little taller.
Yes.
You point out, just like, couldn't you just push this fucking thing over?
It's a very vertical cage, and it falls down on top of her, so there's no bottom on it.
Yes.
And she's spending the time unscrewing these big metal screws to open
Michaela, I believe you could get out of this.
Oh my God. I feel like she might be able to squeeze between some of these bars if she tried hard enough.
Like, crawl out.
I mean, but it's like you said, it's tall enough you'd think you'd be able to like throw your weight and knock it over, or something.
It seemed like it.
It's not a small cage. It's a big cage. She's got room to run around in there. Like
a crab trap or something like that. I don't know
something
what
like that.
For what it's doing here.
Yeah,
and what the killer's doing here.
Right.
Like how the fuck?
He's just following following everybody.
This killer shows up at the most opportune times.
Every
where you're like,
time.
how could he possibly even know that they were here? But there he is.
And he's silent until the plot needs you to hear his shoes. Then you hear really big booming steps, but otherwise he's like a ninja.
Boom,
yep.
Boom. Colin's bass really came into play tonight. It was,
Yes.
But even without it, I think that those footprints would have come through.
Yeah.
It's the same. It must be the same killer as Hard Eyes, who also had the heaviest feet in fucking cinema history.
Yes.
So, that
the podcaster gets killed.
So that leads to the town hall meeting where they're like, "Yep, there's murders happening in this town," and it's like this very, it's a weird town hall. Everybody's just shouting like, "I was chased by a
Yeah.
guy
in a slicker
killer
with a hook,"
and then
no one believes him. And then dun dun dun,
Freddie Prinze Jr. shows up.
He's like, "This is not the first time this has happened."
Now.
This is what I'm saying. He doesn't look like this in real life. His hair is not gray. His beard is, he doesn't even usually have a beard most of the time, but he does not look as old currently as they make him look in this movie. You notice everyone, they make their skin like sun damaged because they all live out on the coast. So everyone's
but
like,
he's a fisherman, hanging out in his bar on the dock and everything. So it's like, I got an uncle like that, just like cooked skin,
exactly.
blonde hair. Just like,
yes.
So what is his point? What's the point of him being in this movie?
You're asking a lot here.
Because he of all the returning cast, he has the most screen time, I believe.
Truly does.
But I wasn't sure like what the purpose was.
Well, Ray has never and was never going to leave Southport. It's kind of obvious within the first, or at least the second, and this movie. But I mean, he's a Southport native. But he's also his through line is, it seems like, and it's explicit later, that the town is covering up what happened to him.
Okay.
In this, and he doesn't like that. He doesn't want it to be forgotten. He doesn't want, because they're trying to paper over it to make the town a tourist attraction. Redevelop the place, make it look better. Don't forget about these pesky murders that happen later. All.
And I suppose he also fills now that something similar is happening.
Yes.
He's the sounding board. This happened to you, so what can we do about it? And he says explicitly, don't go to the Bahamas for reasons I'm not even
that was
into.
funny.
I'm not going to get into. Don't do that.
I liked that. Yes.
That was funny.
Yes.
I like that one too.
I liked that one.
That was good.
So, has he lived in Southport this whole time and never once mentioned what happened to him to anyone ever?
I think he does it a lot.
So they just write him off as the town crazy?
Yes, I think they don't like. He's Crazy Ralph.
Okay.
I think they don't like it at all. And if they could get rid of him, they would.
Okay.
But Ava also does her own investigations because she somehow finds out that Ray was once married to Julie Jones.
Julie
James.
My friend.
And so she treks off to a college where Professor Jones, that's
James.
Damn it. James, that's Jennifer Love Hewitt. Yes, she is returning to the movie.
To spout all the lines from the first two.
Yep.
And not much more.
What was her point being in this movie?
Well, they go to her because, you survived this before.
But we just did that with Freddie Prinze Jr.
Right. Well, no, the Julie James thing happens before.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
we
right.
just got to it.
Oh, so we got to do the same
She was the
scene.
first one they went to.
Yeah.
Okay.
And she's teaching a class. No.
On trauma.
It's psychology or something.
Something like that. But, trauma is the main motivator in all current horror movies.
Always. Mm-hmm.
It seemed to be. Yeah. So we have to talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
But, the group of kids figured, all right, this is happening to us. It happened 30 years ago. Can you help us? What would you, even though it's similar circumstances, but they just want to know,
advice did they get?
Find them before they find you and kill them.
Yeah.
I love it.
How do we do that?
Yeah.
She's
It's well, duh. Yes, I know I need to do that, but how?
Right.
The how is why I'm here.
Yeah,
I think
and how she doesn't give them.
Also a scene where Jennifer Love Hewitt goes to see Ray, so they have a scene together.
Well, Ray comes in because there's a lot of stuff happens between there. Ray does eventually end up going to see her. We get a whole a fake out where she's like, movement at the back door, movement at the front porch. She's checking all the cameras.
Right, it's her house.
And she's like, oh, fuck, when she sees who it is. And it's Ray at the front door. They do not get along.
Which, that... She's like, oh, I thought someone was coming to murder me. This is worse. And it's like,
yeah.
Just you wait.
We'll give it an hour and we'll be there.
I don't love that, this becomes a domestic situation between the two of them. I don't like what they do with both of these characters in general in this movie, but especially their relationship.
Them in the other two movies,
and just going towards where it goes at the end.
I wish they had been I kind of wish they'd been softer to each other.
Yeah.
Like, he can be crazy, but
Right.
with her, even though they split bad, apparently, part of his thing is that he goes there and he's like, it felt weird not to come check on you because all of this is happening.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted that softness between them because we like these characters.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've waited so long to get them back together.
Mhm.
And when they get back together, it's a friction.
Mhm.
And we, as people who like these characters in both those movies, don't like it, I don't think. Like, it could be it makes sense for the story,
Mhm.
like they just had a bad ending to their relationship and, you know, it hasn't been good, but we liked them and they
Right.
kind of just wiped that off the board, which
Mhm.
I think they did that for the ending of the movie.
Yeah.
We've seen this done a million times, and I don't know why this movie feels like it needs to reinvent the wheel with stuff. But we've seen this a million times that when people in movies like this experience a trauma together, there's always one person that can't stick around and has to get out of town to heal, and the other person is kind of just frozen in time and crystallized in that moment that the thing happened to them. Just do that. Just make it that. Just make it. She couldn't handle being there, and he. The only way he could get over it was to remind people that it happened, right? You know.
Yeah.
But this movie just.
Which is kind of
turns into like I said, a domestic dispute between them.
It does,
you know?
and even in the second movie, that was kind of it because
Yeah.
she was out of Southport,
Right.
She wouldn't go back,
Right.
And he's like, "This is
Mhm.
Southport.
Yeah.
Let's
Mhm.
have some small town fun." And she's like, "Nah,
Mm-hmm.
don't want to do it."
I can't blame someone for not wanting to go back to the small town where
wouldn't
they
either.
watched all the people they know get murdered and they
Yeah,
almost
it's
got
just like,
murdered.
yeah,
I don't blame
she's
them.
Probably
You know?
never going to the
Yeah.
Bahamas again either.
Right,
which,
exactly.
you know, understandable.
I believe there's several more murders occur. Actually, I'm not
There are.
even sure because at some point
There's a lot of fake outs too.
there's a big attack by the fishermen on
Madeline
Teddy and the blonde Madeline
Yep.
Clark
Mhm.
in a what is it, like where they're storing the parade floats because she's
Yeah, the
also
Croaker
gonna be
Queen.
the Croaker Queen, which
Yep.
was what Sarah Michelle Gellar was in
Mhm.
the original movie. So she gets her head conked pretty good.
Yeah, because what they end up at the cemetery because like this is the only connection I saw with Sam.
Oh my
Cooper
God!
and the
She
rest of it.
said, what did she say? Something about Sam Cooper in 1997. That was the only connection I
Yep.
could find. So let's just go walking around a cemetery. No
Yep.
idea what they're looking for.
But
they don't know.
But
what
they find every grave that they need to find.
Yes,
don't they?
I know.
They find Ryan Phillippe's grave. They
Yeah.
find Sarah Michelle Gellar's grave.
Yes.
They find Sam Cooper, who's
Yes.
the guy who died in the truck. It
Oh,
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Wait, there was another scene too with Milo, right?
With the creepy.
Where Milo.
guy?
Oh wait, I'm trying to. There was a scene where I think I can't remember if it preceded Blonde getting her head conked, and then they go
Probably.
back to her house, and then Ava and Milo almost get it on.
Yeah,
but
she does get.
she says something weird like you should choke me while you're having sex with me, and he's like, I'm gonna need a minute, and then fucking leaves the goddamn.
Well,
Yes.
all right.
it was
so,
like,
all right,
what
hold
is
on.
happening here?
Well, there's a lot here because yes, there is a chase scene with Madeline Klein in which she whacks her head and then Teddy saves her.
But then LOL concussions are funny, guys. Concussion just
concussions
means
are
you lay
funny.
down and say funny stuff. Like
it really is. She was charming. I like her. I can't help it. But
it's just the tone. Like
yeah, it's
she
weird.
almost
It's
died,
very-
and now
it's
we're
very
laughing about how she's on Xanax. Like it's
Yes.
so
Yeah,
weird.
And her fiance was just murdered.
Yes.
And so she's
Yes.
like,
Her
Teddy, why don't
so
you
her
wanna snuggle
ex fiance
with
is
me?
cuddling her.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Her ex-fiance color, but also she's matchmaking still because she
Yeah.
wants her two friends who were together to get back
Oh
together.
my
She's like, I got a
God.
room for you guys. No one
Yes.
sleeps alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's that whole thing. Then we get to the choking part, which she says, choke me on set. It's looped.
I noticed that too. I was like,
because
she
she's
did not say anything.
She's not saying shit.
Yes.
She's like, punish me. I deserve it. Is
Yeah.
the other part of her. She's like,
They had to
What?
add that in. Yeah. Yes.
why?
And
we
he's
got
like-
real deep into something that was not
Yeah.
looked at or talked about or
Yeah.
or, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he goes out and he gets murdered.
He does. He's like, I need to go find my
Because
charger.
once again, he's having another expo dump of talking to himself out loud about how it's okay because she wants you to choke her. You can
Yes.
do it. Like he's having this conversation out loud with himself while
He
sitting in the
is.
car. Yes.
And how does he die?
Doesn't he get choked
He
by
gets
the?
choked.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets strangled to death or whatever.
Yes.
It cuts his throat. and all
Yeah.
that. So I guess we're gonna have
So
to
he's gone.
Like we need to talk about the ending of this movie, and we got about 10 minutes left.
Oh, don't shorten it up just because of this. We will get through it. We don't
Because
have a
there's gonna
time
be
limit.
a lot to
Yeah.
like.
I
try
know,
and,
but like
We can't hit on everything wrong
Colin,
with
I
this
have
movie.
grievances, and we are not just going to skip
Man
over
of
them
Steel.
for time wise.
Yeah.
We're not going to go 3 hours.
It's not going to be 3 hours.
You give me but we will not go 3 hours, but we will talk about this movie. This is my only opportunity to. And so we will do it.
I have a feeling it might make your end of the year list.
So Superman dies. All right. And then, all right, this you think there's more. There's not too much more we have to do.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Superman dies. There's also sort of a religious culty church thing with the pastor and all this
Very
stuff.
lightly sprinkled in. Yeah. Okay, wait. Hold on. What was that then?
Okay.
What was the cult? Like, we
So-
see his notebook with all these creepy drawings and the cutouts of Sam Cooper, right?
These people also don't like religion, it would seem.
Yeah, but like
Come forward.
the illustration is like apocalyptic, like very like almost satanic looking
Right,
stuff.
because we're kind of revealing what the Sam Cooper of it all, which is the guy who went over in the truck.
Judah.
Yeah,
Pastor
Yes.
Judah.
So they go to the Trinity Church because they think he has. I don't know how they
Why?
got there. They think he has
Well,
something to do with it.
because they find the paper, like in his creepy book, they find the
it's
newspaper clippings.
The
and
car that went over was
Yeah.
his.
Right,
so
right.
they
Yes.
go
They go
to
look for
him,
the car and
find
they go
out
for
that
Judah.
Sam
Yes.
Cooper, he knew Sam Cooper, has all these weird.
Yes.
The sweater.
Yeah. So
The sweater comes back.
So
at
we're
this
like,
point.
oh man, he could be the killer.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a misdirect on who could be the killer because he does end up coming back out with the sweater that
Right.
was pulled off of Teddy earlier in
Right.
the movie. So there's mysterious.
but I just was just thinking about how this movie ends. So there's just a side cult happening and it's
Yes.
not addressed in this movie?
That's it.
Because
Side
editing, right? There's a
Yep.
whole bunch of shit just left out of this
Side
movie. I
cult.
assume.
What
There's also
the
what was
fuck?
the
What the
motive
fuck?
that the killer had to eventually kill Judah, Pastor Judah. Because the cops come in, they're like, he did it. We're good. Because the
They
girls
do.
are like, you got to look at him. He's creepy as
Huh.
fuck. And the cops eventually show up, and Pastor Judah is dead.
He
And you're
is.
like, okay, now
What was the motivation for that
what was
killing?
yeah? Because I have eventually find out what the motivation for everything else is. What was that one?
It doesn't make sense because they were all part of a group.
Yeah.
Our killer was with that
And-
group.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there was only
The
he was
killer
only trying
knows
to help.
him.
Right, and the killer was only like
Yeah.
they're only trying to help. Like I don't understand that killing.
Oh, this movie has
Even-
so many holes.
But even before that, what's happened before that? Fuck, I was just thinking about it. Madeline Klein. Fuck. I forgot.
It'll come back to you. I'm
It'll
sure
come
it
back to
will.
me, yeah.
There's a.
Okay.
I just like that. It seemed like they were introducing a really cool cult subplot, and then it just didn't go anywhere.
Didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, they look in the book. They get the sweater. They get out of
Because
there.
the end of the movie doesn't resolve anything that was happening with the pastor.
Right.
No, it really doesn't.
Still, I just have more questions.
It really doesn't make sense.
Because clearly he's not the killer if he's dead. The killer has
Right.
killed him. So it's like, okay, who could the killer possibly be? So I remember at some point we need to also mention that the blonde girl, Madeline, what's her name?
Danica.
She has, Danica's the character's name. She has a fever dream because she's been
Oh yes,
conked on the head.
yes.
And in this nightmare scenario, she wanders down to a stage where she sees a former Southport Croker Queen
Croker.
Queen
Mm-hmm.
standing there, and we're like, oh God, she's going to turn around, and it is going to be, yes, it is Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Yes.
Because she and Freddie Prinze still married.
Yes.
Still married,
Okay,
still
so,
going strong.
yeah.
Mhm.
It was a
The
package deal. You get them both.
the relationship between Jennifer Love Hewitt and Sarah Michelle Gellar might not be too great either because they talked in press after this that they never spoke. or
Yeah,
interacted
I don't
during the
think
filming of
they're-
all this
yeah.
stuff, so
well, they
let
didn't
them
have
be
any scenes together.
Yeah.
So I mean, that
Right,
could be,
that's very
but-
true.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So yeah, we get a fever dream with Sarah Michelle Gellar. How'd you feel about this, Michaela?
She looked great.
She looked great.
That's all I gotta say about it.
Yeah, but they
The
did
filter is
some-
soft.
There was a
The
filter.
is soft.
You can see it moving a little bit in
But even
parts, but yeah,
but she looks. I
she
think
looks great anyways.
anyway.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I don't
She's
think it
coming
matters.
back as Buffy.
Yep.
Which, you know,
Everything else I hate. I hope she got paid a lot of money.
I hope
you
she got
know,
paid a
I
lot of
really
money.
hope.
I understand what the fucking point of the scene was.
To get her in the
Basically-
movie. To get her
Yeah, it
back
was
in the
just
Yeah.
to get her-
That's
you
it.
could
Yeah.
cut this whole scene out.
Yep.
She
Yeah.
And they
basically-
should have. This
It's
feels
bad.
long at
Yeah.
this point. What they're
And
trying to do.
the tone of her character, I get it's a dream sequence, so it's not really her character, but
Right, right.
the choices they make, just
Yeah, she's bitchy. She's
Yeah.
kind of telling her, like,
Right.
you got to do blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And then she turns into a corpse. And
Right.
Yeah.
Why does it got to be? I know it's
that
supposed
looked
to
like
be-
shit.
It did. It's
I
like it was
hated
mummy.
that.
It was mummy
Yes.
era.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I get it was a dream or whatever, but no, that looked like late 90s graphics on that. It was so bad.
Like all the legacy characters.
I know, right?
Or any of the characters.
No, now that you say that, why do they want us to hate this original generation?
It feels like they do. They don't want us to like any of these people because it made there's just
which is weird because the only reason that like you would we who remember the original movie would go see it is because Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. is in it. It's a surprise.
And Sarah Michelle
Gellar's in it also. But like, and then are they treated with disrespect or are they given something to do other than like the Scream characters are just kind of like.
I feel like they had to really stretch to give them something to do when it came to this.
Yeah.
And it's not. Because they couldn't think of anything else. They literally had to feel like, how do we get Sarah Michelle gellar into this movie? And they're just like, dream sequence.
Well, most people are dead now.
Okay. All right. So now our haunted hallway with the gates that open and close.
Yes. Yep.
That's what I was trying to think of. Like, we can't.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Yes. Okay. So Teddy, the guy from him.
Who has a haunted house under
has a haunted tunnel.
He's at home.
He's got like a dungeon with it's lit, like almost lit by torches. Is how I remember it.
What is this?
Lights, but
I think it's like the hall from
the whatever the fuck.
It's something with a maybe.
I think this is like
it feels like.
Yeah. But it's the dock on his property, and this is like the tunnel that goes from the dock to the house, I assume, or the garage or whatever.
But why is it made up to seem like a haunted house?
See, this would make sense if we knew something about him or his dad or some but it doesn't like give any indication of their psychology interests or and it's just weird.
If him or his dad had a conversation in the movie. I don't think they do.
No, I don't think so. I don't think they're ever in the same scene together, are they?
I think they're together.
Okay.
And I think they share the frame a couple times.
Gotcha.
But I don't think they have a conversation about anything that's going on.
This is Billy Campbell.
This is Billy Campbell.
Because
they should. And
as
characters.
Don't they kind of give a little red herring that Billy Campbell may be the killer because he's connected and tells him to hold the girls in the police station or whatever when they come in.
Which ultimately doesn't make sense because he's trying to erase all of this from history. Yeah. So why would he bring it back and do all that stuff? So him as a red herring is kind of out.
Right.
So that doesn't make sense. But I did like, I don't know if it was you or Holly who said, so is the point of this that he's seeing double and it doesn't see anything?
Yes, because he's drunk and he walks through his automatic iron gates that open when he goes down his dungeon hallway. And he has a mannequin suit of armor thing with like a hood on it that looks kind of like the silhouette of the Hook Man killer. And
but the fisherman is also there, standing there.
And
so once he goes,
they're standing like in a line. So when you look head on, you can only see one. But he goes around them to turn a light.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. No. Like you would see this man standing in front of your mannequin.
But also, how long were they standing there? How long were they gonna stand there? Were they gonna like kick a can to make a noise to get him to come down the hallway?
Perfect timing.
He was gonna be there. Like it doesn't make any fucking sense.
No,
they just make up scenes out of. Whole cloth, and they're just like, we're gonna put it right here.
Yes, exactly.
He's drinking a lot, and he dies, and that's it. And so, and that's it.
Yeah.
Like the construction of this movie is baffling to me. They just make it out of nowhere. It's like, we'll do this.
Yeah.
I don't care if it connects to the previous scene or the next scene. It's just there. It's weird.
Yeah,
it's bad filmmaking.
What's that screenwriting trick? Like you should never have and then or between your scenes, right?
Yeah.
Your scenes should never go and then.
Right. If this happens, then this happens.
Yeah, exactly.
Instead of and this happens.
And this happens, Like
and we get a lot of
and then, yeah.
And like, wait, well, no, one's not causing the other. They are just happening. And it's baffling. But this is the end of two big characters. Like Teddy gets killed. Here's my other problem with some of this stuff. Like, you have an iconography with this movie, as small as it may be compared to other franchises and what have you, but you have a fisherman and a slicker with a hook. Why are we killing anybody without the hook? Because Teddy gets knifed a lot in this scene. There's no hook.
Right.
And this feels like like one of the other killers came in of the two that we have and was doing this, but why doesn't he have the hook?
Right.
That is the thing that brings you to this movie. It's everywhere. It's in the poster. It's in every trailer. It is his main thing. Why is this not part of this? And he's just getting stabbed with a knife. It's
harpoons
weird.
And all that stuff. I mean, the hook does get a lot of play.
But even the harpoons led to the hook in those scenes. Like, it eventually got there. This is just weird. Although
Dad
Billy
gets
Campbell,
hooked right through the neck.
He gets hooked through the neck, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
I did like that.
So it's like, okay, they're all dead. I think
the two guys get hung up like fish and
They do.
In public, though. I
you
enjoyed
should.
that.
Right. In a fishing town, this is how you should do it.
I
Let's
thought that
check
was funny.
the cameras.
Yeah.
This reminds me of the cameras from Dangerous Animals.
Yes.
The 4K high def cameras
Yes.
in which you can see everything. Like, where are those cameras to see who strung these people up?
I know, right?
How long did this take? At what point in the morning was he doing this? 3 in the morning, stringing people up?
Yeah.
Nobody saw this?
Nobody saw it.
Okay.
And Milo's body is conveniently there in his car, which is there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, we didn't even mention the throwaway scene earlier when they were at the graveyard where they checked those cameras and they had the caretaker go, look, and the fisherman's there and kills the caretaker. We're like,
Yep.
Yep. Okay. So Ray tells the girls, you need to get the fuck out of here because this is getting bad. Get out. Take the boat and just go into the middle of the ocean.
Yeah.
And so they do. And then the engine dies.
Well, it's shut off. And the anchor's dropped.
And they're like, what's happening here? And they
reveals.
find out there's the fisherman shows up and takes its mask off.
Right. And we're also, it's cross cutting with Julie James getting, maybe it's not at this point. Oh, well, yeah. Anyway, then we get our fisherman reveal. You're right. But it's bad.
Who is it?
It's Stevie.
Who's the fuck is Stevie?
Right.
You remember that we were telling you about the girl who got cast out of the group at the beginning and was invited to go along?
Who conveniently leaves at certain points. She's like, oh, I got to get back to the bar.
Yes.
And then dude gets
Because she
shoved
works
to the
for
thing.
Ray.
She works for Ray.
So it turns out that Stevie was in love with Sam Cooper.
Yes.
And she didn't know when she was standing there that night on the hill that Sam Cooper was the guy who stole the car, the pickup that went over the edge.
Right. Because apparently he came after her because he didn't want her to relapse because he knew that she'd been had cleaned up her life.
That's
and
why
he was worried
there.
about her.
He stole the car to get
Right.
there.
Yeah.
Because it's revealed after we find out that the pastor has been murdered for reasons unknown.
Yep.
They see a picture of a group of the people of the church, and one of them is Sam Cooper, and one of them is Stevie as well.
Because that's like a rehab
With the
thing.
pastor.
Well, you're saying now I'm wondering
This
if it was
is-
an apocalyptic cult or if that was like a rehab. He was doing like a rehab thing.
Yeah, but his notebook. Remember his crazy notebook with all the illustrations that were they were like demonic and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was going a little
that was
far.
as
Yeah.
they were like recovering from. I don't know. I was
it's
actually out of the
weird. It's
room when it
not
happened.
clear, which is a problem.
But okay, so let me get this straight. Stevie is in this small church group, meaning like 6 people,
Yeah,
with
that's it.
Sam Cooper and Judah,
Yep.
the pastor.
Yep.
Mhm.
She doesn't recognize the pastor's car when it crashes right in front of her, and when her boyfriend's in it on
Correct.
the curb.
Yep.
Apparently not.
That's what this movie's
When she's
asking me to
holding
believe.
onto it, trying
Yes.
to keep it from.
Yep.
Like that looks like Pastor Judah's.
That looks
pickup.
like my boyfriend in the front seat.
Nope.
None of that comes through.
No.
Yep.
No, and she sits on this information for how long before deciding to do something about it? Over a year?
A
Yep.
year, which I think is what they're trying to explain as to why she gets so close with Madeline Klein's character.
Yeah.
Because we learn a year later, it's like, she's like my best friend now. We've
Yeah.
been so close. It's like she's trying to make her inroads with
Right.
that group. They're waiting so long to get revenge.
Yeah.
Why
I
does everybody
know.
wait so long
You
to get
want to wait
revenge?
a year. It's
Yeah.
it's
It's more
symbolic.
poetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get. I know what you did last.
It's
summer.
only poetic to people who watch horror
Well,
movies. I have
okay.
a feeling.
Because she's doing it based on what had happened 30 years before because she's being coached into it. It turns out. Now,
Okay.
this whole thing plays out like she is the killer, even though we're like, she clearly doesn't have the stature of
Yeah.
the killer we've
So you
seen
think
in all the other
He's
scenes.
using it purposely, like he saw an opportunity and is coaching her way into
Well,
that.
he said that. He said
Yeah?
she
Yeah, all right.
came in and she had this, and I gave her the template to do it, or somebody tells her.
Well, I mean, that's Julie James saying these things, which
Yeah.
is speculation at the end of this movie. But I mean, we got nothing else to go on, so
Yeah.
that's the filmmakers telling you what it was.
So Ray shows up to save the day, right?
Yeah, they go out on the boat. It's revealed that Stevie is the killer. Who has? I love it when it's when your character is revealed as a killer, they are automatically just insane.
Yes.
They were
That point-
perfectly sane before
Yeah.
this,
Before.
but now they get to explain why they're doing it, and
Yep.
their
Insane.
cuckoo is all fucked.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Ray shows up, and they're like, "Oh, thank God Ray is here with a gun, and he's going to save the day." And he blows Stevie away.
After Madeline Klein has been held hostage and then it gets hooked in the gut.
Oh,
yeah. He doesn't blow her. He has the gun on her this whole time, but doesn't blow her away until after she
Well, she
kills
has
him.
Madeline in front of her. So
Right.
But he has a gun on her.
yeah.
Choices were made.
There's a reason he doesn't do it right
Yeah,
away.
But Madeline gets hooked
Yeah.
in the gut and thrown overboard.
Yep. Like really hooked in the gut. Please imagine that. It's important for later.
Which is how her character ended originally. I think during either test screenings or beforehand when they were putting the movie together, like,
did they add this ending on?
Yeah, they added her back into it because she was originally she died and that was it.
It was an extremely poor choice, but okay, we'll get to that.
But we'll get to that.
Defies all logic.
Yeah,
of course. But
so here's my problem with this scene.
Okay,
because I think Sean, you actually spoiled this movie for us when you told us that you had seen it. You explained it, maybe just to me.
Okay.
And so I knew
I probably yelled a lot
what was
when
coming.
you were in my vicinity. Yes.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay. And so I'm watching this scene because I'm like, the dialogue that is being said.
So you watching Ray?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it makes no sense because he's like, why'd you do it? And blah, blah, blah. And she's like, because they were, killing me. Sam they took everything from me and I wanted. Yeah. And so then he blasts her away.
Right.
Shoots her into the drink.
It makes no sense unless that's a setup, and that's impossible, right?
Right, because then, I suppose going back to what you said earlier, who is the killer? Because then it implies that she was doing all the killings.
Right.
Yeah.
And then he somehow knew it and was using this as I've got the fall girl, bam, bam, she's dead.
Right, and I can also, right. Like
she was crazy.
It felt like she was doing a lot of it. He found out, was like, it's okay. I won't tell anybody, but and something or other. But then maybe also saw this as an opportunity to put forward his plan, which is to make sure that Southport didn't forget what happened beforehand.
So
he's using her.
It's revealed in short order that they go back to Ray's bar, Ava, the surviving girl, and Ray. And Ray, at some point, she sees that he has a wound, and it's like, oh my God, that's when the fisherman attacked me. I gave him that wound. Right, but he's the fisherman.
Just before that, we get a phone call that goes to Jennifer Love Hewitt, which is left as a voicemail, which sets this up because they have no other reason to do this. Set it up where she calls her, and she's like, it was Stevie, but I don't know how she did this all by herself. I don't understand. It's like, oh my God.
Yes.
That was that scene I was talking about where they dubbed that. They made that shit up later to try and explain what was going on.
This movie really insults your intelligence as an audience member, and I really hate that. And combine that with the random bits of moral commentary. I'm like, no, fuck off. Just stop.
And again, it's another example of horror movies don't know how news works or how fast it works. Do you remember the end of Glass when he's like, I uploaded this video to YouTube, and then it was like worldwide?
Yeah, exactly.
The explanation to it, I'm like, it doesn't work like this. And no one will believe you. But again, we get another example of the news stories are up on the internet so fast.
Well, that one could have been days later. But so Julie has figured out somehow by this phone call, oh my God, it's Ray. And we're like, I don't know how you're coming to this, but okay. And so she's rushing over to the bar. Yeah. And so she shows up after Ray has stabbed Ava.
Yes.
Right, and explained.
He's like, you know it's me, don't you? And there's this whole thing.
I've been doing it because they can't forget what happened to me. They're trying to erase it. So I'm going to become a psycho killer.
So you waited 30 years to remind people to not forget?
It's bizarre. Yeah. Again,
I think it was opportunistic. Somebody was already doing the killing and he decided to jump in on it and become a killer.
Bro, no one forced you to live in silence in the town that, your trauma happened to you, you know?
I take this as instructive, right? Because when you've watched the Scream movies, a couple of times, it's we've been like, oh shit, they're going to make Nev Campbell the killer in one of these new Scream movies.
How dare you?
But so this is we tried it.
It is like the testing ground for it.
Absolutely hate it.
It is the testing ground.
It doesn't align with his character.
No, it's just what
it doesn't.
It be shocking if
I think that's it.
And him trying to kill Jennifer Love Hewitt is extra gross considering they are ex-spouses. Yeah. It is wow, dude, you really just couldn't handle it and just had to kill your ex-wife.
He's not even a psycho killer. He is a calculated killer, and his motive is flimsy as fuck.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem that personal that you have to kill a bunch of...
Exactly.
Right, and it shouldn't be, because also, unlike this movie, part of that was their fault.
Yeah.
The whole first movie, it is their fault.
Right.
He has no reason to be like, this happened to me and I'm outraged that nobody remembers it. It's your fault that it happened to you. You hit a guy.
You know?
Then you decided to get rid of a body and cover it up.
Oh my God.
This is your fault no matter who attacked you.
Yep.
Sean,
You have no reason to be this outraged over it. It's your fault. Where it is not of these characters. So
that makes his
no
motive
fucking sense.
hilarious. That means he's saying, how dare you all forget about the trauma I caused myself?
Yeah.
Yes, that is basically what he's saying.
I'm a victim here, guys. I was the biggest
He's
victim.
the craziest one of them all.
like-
Okay, so I take that back. He is a crazy
Yeah.
psychic.
You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
he's the craziest.
Fucking nuts.
You did this. You started this entire thing.
Yeah.
This whole thing is your fault. Like going back 30 years to now, all choices you made.
Yeah, they couldn't forget. How dare they forget that I ran over a dude?
Right. Guys, I was traumatized by running someone over, okay?
I went through some shit. Why does nobody remember it? Oh my god!
my God,
Thank
that's so funny to think
Jennifer
about.
Love Hewitt and Ava are able to team up and dispatch our killer Ray.
He does get a harpoon through the chest.
Yep. So he's dead. And then there's the tacked
Nostalgia's
on.
overrated. We get the "What are you waiting for?" Which
What are you waiting for? Yeah.
we get it twice, which is just like I got it.
What are you waiting for?
I know she's famous for it, and the
Yeah.
spinning in circles.
Right.
Scary Movie did it.
Yeah.
we heard it enough times. We really didn't need to go
It's
back.
her
there.
line.
It's her line. It is her line. Yeah.
And then there's a tacked on ending where it turns out that Danica has survived somehow, even though she washes up on a beach and she's like,
No visible injuries whatsoever when she's washing up on this
There's a
beach.
cut in her sweater, but
Yeah.
that's about it.
Yeah.
She should have bled out. Whatever.
she's whisked
As
to the hospital.
Colin says, the salt water really just stopped that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a good temporary
Whisked to the
bandage, you know?
hospital. She's apparently has been roommates with, Ava.
Yeah.
And they're walking to go get something to eat.
They're walking out of the hospital after being gutted like fish
Yeah,
and stabbed in the back.
Yep.
Yep.
They do
haven't
make
And they're
eaten
joking
anything in a
about it.
while.
They do make a funny comment about how like nobody stops to eat in these movies because they're doing so much, which it's funny. But also, okay, did you catch that when Ray was monologuing the end before he died that Ava goes, "But you shot Stevie," and he goes, "Did I?" Or did you think the reveal that Stevie is still alive came out of nowhere at the end of the movie, where they're like, "Oh, I forgot to tell you, Stevie's still alive."
Oh, that came out of nowhere
that
for
came,
me.
yeah, that
yeah.
was horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible.
That was horrible.
I was
Yeah.
in the theater going, "What the fuck? Are
Yeah.
you fucking kidding
Because
me?"
the way it's presented is these two girls are sitting on, was they on a beach?
They're on a beach in their hospital gowns still.
Yeah.
Just shooting the shit like
And eating
Yeah.
at a table, and one of them just casually says, "Yeah, Stevie is still alive."
Yeah. Oh, hey, I forgot to tell you, Stevie's still alive.
Should
and
we
the girl's
kill her?
like, no way.
Yeah, should
like
we kill her?
Yeah.
I think we should, yeah.
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 It's the most insane
And
way
the-
to reveal that.
Yeah.
This is the most insane ending I've seen in a long time. Like,
Well,
It's
not
insane.
since Happy Birthday to Me, I think it was the last ending. Like, pulled, like this whole
That's true,
cloth
yes.
made it up. But this
wasn't there,
feels like that.
prosthetics and teeth.
Yeah,
Yes.
that came out? Oh,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
that was wild.
But this one felt like, what? I don't even know, like, what you're fucking doing here.
They
And then it
want a
goes to
sequel.
black.
They want a sequel.
Or it doesn't go to black. Sorry, there's a
no,
title
it does
sequence.
the title sequence. Yeah.
And goes over the water again.
Yes.
But don't leave, viewer.
I
Because
had
there's
I had
more.
to pee
stop
so bad,
Michaela.
yeah.
I'm like, no,
Yeah.
no, you will not miss this part
Yes.
because there is a mid-credit sequence / early credit sequence. We cut to a nice house in Malibu, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
We see the news story of everything that has just happened going on, and then we slowly pan over to Brandy.
Yes.
Who you will remember from
Carla Wilson from the from my
Yeah, I don't know what you did last
Summer.
summer. Julie Jane's
former
college
best
roommate.
friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't that your college roommate?
Yeah.
Where she's seeing the stories.
I like
making
the
all
way that
comments.
her husband knows who her college
Yeah,
roommate
that's
is.
your college roommate.
Yeah.
He's like, all right, I'm going to bed. Which is so much to live in. He's got a glass of wine. He's like, I'm done with this shit. He's going to bed.
Yeah.
He had more within this movie than Courtney Cox's boyfriend in Scream 6
Oh my God.
had
Yeah.
within his whole thing.
Did
of
he
that.
even have dialogue?
He's like,
Courtney Cox's
yeah, he
boyfriend?
said, yeah. Hey, it's
Oh,
for
yeah,
you.
the
He
phone.
says he's the killer.
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
all he
That's
said.
right.
But then there's a knock at the door, and she opens it up, and it's Jennifer Love Hewitt in full Marvel
Leather.
disguise.
Yeah.
Like whenever a Marvel character is going to
Oh my
disguise,
God, yeah,
it's
the
like
plain baseball
plain
hat.
baseball
Yes.
and
Oh my
jacket
God,
on.
I
So
love
she's in that
that.
disguise.
I gotta
She's
talk to you.
Hey, I got to talk to you. there's this killer who's targeting you for no fucking reason, and I need your help to kill her.
What should we do? We should kill her or something like that, right?
Whose ass are we kicking now? It's like, that's exactly what I hoped you would say.
Yeah, because the note, I think, said it's not over.
It's not over, and there's an X over Carla's face, and it's just...
They're like, oh, great, there's going to be another one. I can't wait.
Convoluted ass fucking shit going on here. I've never seen so much desperation for a sequel in my life.
Yeah. Did this movie perform well?
I don't think it did. I'll look at it. I got it right here.
Because I remember thinking that it did not. Because I was curious if it would be based on the fact that
$65 million. And that's everywhere. $65 million total, which is not good.
That's not good.
It's not $1 million budget. I can't imagine that's good.
No.
Nobody fucking cares about. I know what you did last.
I think they could have. No, the problem is, I think they could have cared.
Well, if they would have recast it,
if they could have done something cool with this, but they took they made every choice bad, and negative, and it just. I think they could have done something good with this.
That 64 million is worldwide and domestic.
Yeah.
It only made
no, that's it's a bomb.
It only made 32 million in America.
Is a bomb.
Yeah,
that's not good.
Its opening weekend it did 13 million.
You would think that
32% of Rotten Tomatoes, if you care about that.
You'd think that they wouldn't put it into production until you'd have to at least look how did the Amazon series go?
Yeah,
they must be looking at streams of the original movies.
Probably,
and then they're like, okay, but we have J-Lo, J-Love, and we have Freddie Prinze, and we've got...
because Jennifer Love Hewitt continues to have a career, 911 and all that stuff, so she's still in the public eye, she's still known. It's not like she's some actress they're going to bring back just to do this. They're known. Sarah Michelle Gellar is too. Freddie Prinze is too.
Yeah.
There's reason to bring this back.
So you can get the folks who, the old timers who remember the old movie, and you can bring in the younger crowd who remember the title.
With the hot young ingenue cast and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Which is 2 of them, maybe.
Right.
Yeah. And maybe the audience, I was going to say maybe the audience actually knows who they are, but apparently they don't because the movie bombed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think people cared. I was the only one showing up on a Thursday to watch this movie.
In the theater by yourself.
It was sparse.
Yeah.
It was sparse.
Okay. Well, I guess we should tell you, Sean may have already tipped the scales, but we should tell you what we thought of the movie.
The scales are tipped like that fucking truck hanging on the ledge. Ready to go.
But first, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to allow you to participate on our interactive portion of our show. We're going to have to summon our mailman, Igor. Bring us the mail.
Masters, the mail. I've got the mail. So many letters. Our followers are rising.
All right, thank you, Igor.
Thank you, Igor.
He wouldn't watch this with us. He went outside when we put it on. He was like, "You guys are on your own with this one."
He knew what they did last summer. He always knew what they did last summer. He's like, "I've seen this before."
He's like, "How many times are you going to cover these? You guys going to cover these movies?"
He was looking at us going "You guys are sick that you've watched 3 of these movies." It's like, well, you're right, Igor.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot. I was looking ahead through the mailbag, but this was 10 minutes longer than the original.
Wow.
Felt like it.
This was 151?
When we started and saw it was 151, I was like, why?
Yeah.
How? Because we need to have 2 bridal showers in this movie. That's why.
Yeah.
All right. Well, you good folks at home can participate by following along on Facebook.
Facebook.com/Saturday Night Freak Show.
On X.
At Sat Freak Show.
By email.
Saturday Night Freak Show at yahoo.com.
And on Instagram at Saturday Night Freak Show. MF Mad, the keeper of the Saturday Night Freak Show Wall of Fame, wants us to know that, yes, we have inducted both Jennifer Love Hewitt and Freddie Prinze Jr. onto the Wall of Fame because now we have done 3.
Yes.
I know what you did.
Movies they were in.
Yes.
Yeah. About tonight's movie, Travis Legler writes in and says, the only part of the I Know summer movies or world that I have seen is the Saturday Night Live skit with the fisherman and Jennifer Love Hewitt, I think. Movie franchises that started in the 90s, with the exception of Scream, never really grabbed me. I can't wait to hear if I should give this a try or give them a try.
Yeah, I know, and I know exactly what he's talking about because she hosted Saturday Night Live for the sequel for I Still Know.
Oh, nice.
And then Muse Watson, who plays Ben Willis in the movies, came out dressed as the fisherman with a hook on his hand. He's like, "Hello, everybody," and they sang a duet, "Don't Go Breaking My Heart," which was very funny and very great between the two of them. It was very cool.
Neil Coppola says, another movie they did not need to remake. The story is ridiculous. It didn't take long to figure out it wasn't going to be worth the 145 minutes or so of my life. I gave up to watch it.
Yeah.
Carson Snar says, oof, very mixed feelings on this one. I don't think I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
We're with you.
The boy with the Jason tattoo says, I wish at the end there was a big chase scene between Julie and Ray. Other than that, Teddy was hot. Laugh out loud. Mouse
He's a good-looking man.
of Madness said the dialogue in this movie really made me feel old. I wasn't the biggest fan of the requel, but they did two really good things. The Fisherman is scarier than the original, and they took a risk, unlike Scream, to make a legacy character come back as the killer. Great show as always. I hope Igor gets a summer vacation next year.
Thank you for that. Yeah, I do like that they... In a bad movie, I like that they tried and made him the killer. Like they did something that no one would ever dare to do in most other movies, I think, or most other franchises. And make
we got another Scream movie coming up. You never know.
She'll never be the killer.
You don't think so?
No, never. They have gone so far as to guarantee that she will not be. To do it now, I think
we're running out of ideas with those movies.
But no, she's got kids now. She's got kids now. It's generational trauma.
I love that we're going to
Did you not see Strode Strong with our Halloween series back in the day?
I'm just saying, like, wow, we're really dumping those Carpenter sisters and pretending like they never existed, huh? Like, we're just completely ditching them and going back to Sydney, huh?
But also, their story was done.
I don't know about that. I don't think it was intended to be ended this way.
No, but I think it ended in a way that just like there's no more. I don't think they could make up something. But
they were planning to continue with those two, and then they fired her.
Right. Yeah, find something. But I think where they ended it is just like kind of doesn't. I don't know. Dangling strings. I don't know. Your mileage will vary on the Scream series as well as we keep going on with those.
Last week we watched a movie called Amityville 2, and Mike Whitaker wrote in and said, who wins in a fight, the house from Amityville or the house from Poltergeist? It's the Amityville house.
I think so, yeah.
I am glad as I listen to the episode, it does have a face, that you guys discussed the myriad of sequels that you can just make.
Yeah.
No matter what. Because every couple
we can
months,
make one. We should make one.
Every couple months, I'm like, what, another Amityville? What is this? And I'm just like, oh, yeah, I guess they can. So, yeah.
That was a sleazy one.
Can't copyright the name.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you, each of you, for writing in. We really appreciate it. And thank you for listening to us, and we hope we can continue to entertain you. And we're going to go around the table and tell you what we thought of tonight's movie. I Know What You Did Last Summer 2025, starting with
Colin.
Oh boy,
you're going to go first tonight. What did you think of I Know What You Did Last Summer 2025?
So sitting here and listening to, I mean, as I was watching it, I guess I was already checked out going into it.
We almost had to. I must have to slap you to keep you awake.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was bored as hell. But you know, it was. I was often thinking, I guess, like, would the original play to me like this movie had I seen it? If I was my age now watching it and didn't know who wasn't up on Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Party of Five and so I'm like, okay, well, it's slickly made and it kind of is giving me that similar thing. If I was a younger audience member and I was going to see like a horror movie, I mean, I guess it's delivering. So then I'm like, all right. But from my perspective, I recognize when it's like, okay, these filmmakers are really like, just throwing soup all over the place and trying to like pick up the little chunks and put it together in a way. Yeah, it's bad.
That description was something else.
Yeah.
Pick up chunks of soup. Huh?
Throwing soup.
Chunks of soup, right? I imagine there's carrots and there's
throwing copper,
maybe that's what they're
soup.
doing. They're stacking the carrot chunks and the little
to make what? Are they trying to reform the carrot?
Well, yeah, I guess. Right?
I understand your struggle.
Yeah, I thought it was a bad movie, but I also think that there's probably like an audience who will watch it and go like, yeah, it was a fine slasher movie.
That's
and other people who went to see it, I guess, because it had the star power of the original actors in it, even though I was embarrassed for them for the most part, except for Freddie Prinze Jr. It was like, okay, like he came off relatively well.
Yeah.
I thought. I don't know. I didn't care about like anything. I thought the premise that it was based on, it was flimsy. The idea that, it's like, well, you got to cover this up because, but I thought it was like a slickly made Sony movie. I think I have a bias against like Sony slasher remakes. For some reason, the other one that like stood out to me, and I'm going to get slammed if this was a Sony movie, was Prom Night. Right? Did you ever see the remake of Prom Night?
No, I did not.
With
Brittany Snow?
Brittany Snow?
Yeah, it's slick, and it's like, but it's nothing like the original. I did like Thanksgiving. That was a Sony movie. And Hard Eyes, I think. That was a Sony movie. Okay, I'm going to take that back. But, well, they shouldn't do remakes.
Okay.
There you go. Okay.
Track record's not.
Yeah, I didn't really care for the movie. I think you can skip it. If you liked I Know What You Did Last Summer and you suffered through Still Know What You Did That Summer.
How dare you?
You can still skip this one.
I will take Will Benson over anything.
Benson is better than anything in this movie. I agree.
And none of us have seen.
I'll always know.
Oh, I've seen it.
You've seen it. The Ghost
very bad.
one.
I've seen most of it, I think.
I mostly remember there's kids skateboarding. There's an accident that happened skateboarding. Yeah. It's really bad.
It looks horrible. Yeah.
There is a ghost fisherman.
I think so.
It is a supernatural story.
The ghost of,
It's the ghost of Ben Willis.
Okay, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's one day, maybe on the radar.
Man, we will have to be scraping the bottom of the barrel. The internet, we'll have gotten to the end of Netflix.
Yes.
Before we get to this movie, I'll always know what you did last summer, I feel.
Michaela, what'd you think of I Know?
Is that a pass, Colin?
That's a pass. Sorry, I'm going to pass on it.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. I didn't like it. I'm glad I didn't see it in theaters. I'm glad I waited till now to see it. Didn't have to pay anything for it, so that was great.
You're paying for it.
Yeah, the 151 runtime really baffles me because it's not a dense movie. It's not a particularly well thought out movie either, and it just seems like there's a lot of rookie mistakes being made, and that frustrates me. We did not talk about, and I feel like we're going to hear about it in the mail if we don't talk about when a guy from Him is standing in the middle of the road taunting cars. He says, "We come to this place for magic."
Oh shit, that's right.
And boo! I thumbs down the screen and said, "Boo!"
Holly and Michaela be so audible in the negative towards a movie as this moment here. Like, how dare you take an icon and an iconic...
Movies can't do that. You can't break the fourth wall like that. You're not allowed. That's not this type of movie.
To people who are watching this in a Cinemark?
It's supposed to be funny.
But they wouldn't know about it.
I mean, everybody knows because it was a meme. Yeah.
I mean...
People know because it took the internet by storm. Yes, that's why it's in it.
He really went for it.
Yeah.
And I forgot about that. And I was like, oh, shit.
Well, and we thought it was just the one line, but then he says two more lines, and that got another reaction because we were like, no. The joke, the moment passed.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, Michaela was trying to spark her torch.
Yes.
Holly had the pitchfork.
Yeah.
Michaela's lighter wasn't working, so it didn't go up, but we were this close.
Oh, man. Did that really... That's when I knew there was no redeeming it. And it's just, I really hate making Ray into the villain. Makes no sense. Don't like when they turn legacy characters evil for no reason.
I don't either. Or kill them off in the first 5 minutes.
Right.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
It's weird that David Arquette is coming out with some of the best legacy sequel treatment of anybody probably across all of these movies. I feel like he did some of his best acting of his career in Scream 6. Yeah. So, or 7, whichever one it was.
It was 5. That's still the reason I can't revisit that movie as often because I'm just like, they fucking killed Dewey.
Yeah, and I like Freddie Prinze Jr. I think he's great, and I want to say I hope everyone got paid a lot of money, including Brandy. But knowing it's an $18 million budget, I don't feel like they did. Yeah, so that's
true.
Depressing. Yeah, no, just movie just bummed me out. Didn't like it. Didn't care for it. Go watch the original and stop there. Pass, hard pass. Sean.
I'd say keep going to the I Still Know if you're in the mood for it. It bummed me out. Yeah, there's a way that you could have done this movie and done it in a good way with the same elements, I think, because they're going for like we discussed, like you said, they're doing what they did with the first one. They're bringing in these characters who are, I think, popular to some audience out there, Madeline Klein and the rest of the cast of this, or at least Madeline Klein and the character of the actress who plays Ava. I don't know about and the guy who plays Teddy, because he showed up in him, and he seems like he's an actor we're going to see a lot more of. Everyone else is just like, who the fuck are these people? And then you bring in the legacy characters. I think there's a way to do this movie that works and is good. But I don't know what the fuck happened, but it's not written well. It's not, the editing and the pacing doesn't work for this. It feels it's overly long and doesn't need to be. You could probably cut out the Sarah Michelle Gellar of it all. I know you want her in the movie, but you don't need it. It just lengthens the movie in bad ways. The plot is convoluted and asking you to do a lot of work with the pastor and the guy who goes over in the truck. It is not a simple movie. I do like how they shoot the fisherman and how he is more brutal than he has been in the past movies. But at the end of it, like, none of this is good. None of this makes me feel good. The dialogue, the reveals of the killer being alive at the end, it just feels like this was like just somehow fused together into a movie, and no element of it was really good. The writing, the directing, I mean, we've heard plenty of complaints of the cinematography and how the people look in this. Like, how does it fail on most every level? There's nothing redeeming about this movie. There's not really much where I can be like, oh, at least I like that, which I can do with a lot of movies. It's like, all right, this was shit, but ooh, this was really good. This was really good. The one joke about going to the Bahamas was the only thing that I really think uplifted us, and that was 2 seconds of the movie. Yeah, do not watch this movie. We did the work. I went through the pain
Twice.
I went through the pain, first of all. I brought it here. Thank you guys for sitting through this again. I needed someone else to go through this with me to make sure I wasn't insane.
And seriously, don't watch it, because we don't want to encourage this behavior.
No, because this is not something that we want to see repeated. Hopefully these filmmakers learn from their mistakes and make stuff going on. This should not be the end of anybody's career.
No.
Learn from this, move on. We talked to whoever we watched a couple weeks ago.
But I'm also not going to vote with my wallet to sign off on this either. Yeah, I agree. It shouldn't be career ending, but it should be like, you need to take this warning seriously.
Right. Just like, look at what happened, look at the reaction, and do better next time. And I believe they can. But yeah, don't watch this one. Again, I'll take Will Benson over anything that this offered. Skip. I know what you did last summer, 2025. It is the worst you can do with a Lego sequel, I think. So far. I'm sure there will be better, worse examples, but this was just bad. So skip it.
And Holly also hated it.
Yeah, Holly would also say, do not watch this movie. Yeah.
Her reaction,
I think it gave her a migraine and she had to leave.
Yeah. So that's a universal pass on I Know What You Did Last Summer 2025. Next week, we're going to watch a movie that's chosen by
Holly.
Do we have a representative of Miss Fuka?
Yeah. She said we're going to watch Champagne and Bullets, a.k.a. Road to Revenge, a.k.a. Get Even, starring Wings Hauser.
Okay.
So,
oh, wow.
From the year?
It's going to... I don't know. That's all I got. So something with Wings Hauser. So it'll be a weird, it'll be a weird time.
And
multiple
which
names?
title is the actual title.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because those are all very different titles.
Yeah.
All right.
We have no idea
we're
what
going
this
to
is about.
one of those titles.
Champagne and Bullets was the first one she said. Yeah.
Okay.
Get Even or Road to Revenge.
Yep.
Starring
All sound
Wings Hauser.
very interesting.
On next week's episode, we hope you'll join us. And until then, ladies and germs, the basement is going dark.